This is the Slater Report podcast. Welcome to the Slater Report podcast. Today, Tuesday, December 17th. Yeah, we're in mid-December now. Christmas is a week away. Can you believe that? Yeah, who would have thought that to come? I got a big show planned for you today. Got some bowl game to talk about and some other games going on and other big sports. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to start with the other sports first, and then I'll go to college football. Yeah, I'm going to start off with the NBA Cup Championship game tonight. Gonna be the Bucks versus the Thunder, 7:30 on ABC. The East versus the West. And I gotta say, I think the Thunder are gonna completely blow them out. I think the Mavericks in Houston were probably the Thunder's hardest test in this tournament. The Bucks are good, but they're beatable. And the Thunder completely destroy beatable teams. Yep, you heard me. Thunder are going to completely win this game. I think it might be the Thunder's biggest win of the tournament. I think the Bucks will be competitive, but I think the Thunder are going to get an easy win. And now I have some rules that probably need to be changed for the NBA Cup. Now, okay, yes, the NBA Finals, the postseason tournament, the playoffs, stay the same, nothing changed. The NBA Cup, I think it should be combining all the teams. So, I think that we should have had maybe a Thunder versus the Warriors in the championship game or something like that. I really think it should be like the top, 8 teams, make the tournament, and you see them through their rankings and not based off their conferences. So we might have 4 from the West or whatever, or 3 from the West and 2 from the East. I don't know, it might be odd numbers, but just so we can get a good representation of truly the best teams to start off the season. That's just my idea, and make it different, make it interesting. So we have possibly might have a West versus West championship game or an East versus East, and who knows? It might just be East versus West like it always is. Who knows? Make it fun, make it entertaining. That's why probably the NBA's ratings have been dropping down lately. But yeah, that's just my take. But yeah, Thunder. Bucks NBA championship game, 7:30 tonight, ABC. Thunder are going to win it. All right, on to college basketball. Yeah, college basketball talk. There were some upsets over the weekend. Well, first let's talk about the teams we cover first. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Bedlam. I was there at that game. It was quite an entertaining game. It used to be played at Oklahoma City every year. That was quite a game, and people showed up. People did show up. Yeah, Oklahoma ended up winning 80-65, and Kansas in a close one for most of it, but they pulled it out 75-60. Now I'll talk about some big upsets around the country. Dayton beat Marquette 71-63, and UConn, another neutral site game, but they're not playing back-to-back, so he's not complaining about this one, and they won. So, beat Gonzaga, big upset, 77-71. And then A&M gets a big upset over Purdue, 70-66. And Memphis takes Clemson to overtime, 87-82. All right, and then here's the AP rankings as of Monday. Yep, here's the ranking. Tennessee still 1, Auburn 2, Iowa State 3. Kentucky and Duke switches from last week, but yeah, it's still the same top 5 we had last week. And then our not really game of the week. I think I gotta have Purdue. I forgot who Purdue is playing. this on a Saturday. But anyway, yeah, Purdue is actually going to be our game of the week as well. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, Auburn, that's right, yeah. They're going on the road to Auburn. But anyway, I'm talking about Oklahoma and Michigan. Since Oklahoma, one of the teams we cover, they got the Jumpman Invitation tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Oklahoma, one of a few undefeated teams ranked. Undefeated. They're number 14. Yeah, they dropped in the rankings. It's destroying Oklahoma, but the game will be on ESPN2. And I get the Michigan team, who still has a lot to prove. They're 8-2. They're not a bad team. But, yeah, they can pull off this upset for sure. So, upset on the way. All right. Now, it's time for some college football talk. Let me bring up my DebataBOWL graphic up here. Yeah, switch it to DebataBOWL. Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up. Come on. Yeah. Oh, wrong button. Here we go. Yeah, it's now time for DebataBOWL Part 2! Yeah, and I don't know why it's still rolling up my bottom line graphic. Here we go. Alright, DebataBOWL Part 2. We got some bowl games today. We got just one, the Scooter Coffee Frisco Bowl. Memphis versus West Virginia. What a way to start bowl season with number 25 Memphis. Boy, is this going to be an entertaining game for sure. I mean, West Virginia, I mean, they might be 6-6 and barely make it to a bowl game. But, they're from the wild Big 12. And boy, does the Big 12 know how to put up big competitive games. Be 8 o'clock ESPN tonight. Memphis kind of had a disappointing way to end their season in the American Conference. Yeah, all they had to do was win probably just a couple more games left their season, and then they're probably in the American Championship game. But hey, Tulane and Army are the real deal. Too bad Navy beat Army to continue that. Army deserved the playoff spot. Yeah, that ended that. But hey, Navy versus Oklahoma. Yeah, Navy might actually beat Oklahoma. So Navy looking pretty good right now. Pretty good. And then tomorrow, 4:30 on ESPN, the Boca Raton Bowl. Yeah, Western Kentucky versus James Madison. That is going to be a bowl game to watch for sure. Yep, I think it's Conference USA versus the Sun Belt. Yep, and then now we got California versus UNLV. Yep, who would have thought that this is the ACC versus the Mountain West? Actually, the Art of Sports LA Bowl is still... all the bowl games are still using... If they were a former Pac-12 team, they still have the right to use it. So technically... California here is playing for the Pac-12. But can they beat number 24 UNLV? We'll find out tomorrow 8 o'clock on ESPN. Yep, Gronk is hosting the bowl game. Yeah, that was going to be a bowl to remember. It's going to be a great game. California started their season really great, but once they got into conference play, they just could not compete. They just could not win their games. UNLV, on the other hand, had a great season. They just could not beat Boise State for whatever reason. But other than play Boise State, they have been winning their games. They have. And then on Thursday, 6 o'clock, ESPN2, the New Orleans Bowl got Georgia Southern versus Sam Houston. Gonna be a good game as well. Another Sunbelt versus Conference USA. And then on Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. on ESPN2, it'll be the Kurt Bowl. Yeah, Ohio versus Jacksonville State. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one to watch for sure. I mean, Ohio, yeah, they won the MAC, right? Yeah, Jacksonville State, they were, I mean, middle level of the conference, but they're still enough to pull up upsets. This is going to be a good bowl game for sure, but I think Ohio is, oh yeah, I need to pick the winner of each bowl game. I'm going to go back to Memphis and West Virginia. Oh yeah, I did say earlier. Yeah, Memphis is winning this game. I'm going to go with James Madison to win this game, too. UNLV, yeah, you heard me ranting on about them. UNLV is winning this game. I would love to see Sam Houston win this game. I think they will. I've got to go with Sam Houston. And then, like I just mentioned, Ohio, I think is going to win this game. All right, and then Tulane versus Florida. This one is going to be hyped up for sure. Friday, 2:30, ESPN2, the United Home Mortgage Gasparol Bowl, if I even said it correctly. And this is not even the biggest bowl game on Friday. I'll talk about the big bowl game coming up in just a second. But Tulane versus Florida. Yep. Florida ended their season in the conference in the SEC really well. Pulled off big upsets. I mean, they started their season pretty badly. I mean, we're like, oh boy, here we go. The two Florida teams, Florida team are going to be terrible this year. And then Florida out of nowhere started beating these ranked teams. I mean, what a turnaround. Tulane, kind of played the same way, but I mean, they just could not find a way to beat Army in the America Championship game. Yeah. But this is going to be set up for a really good classic game. I think Florida. I'm going to go with Florida to win this game because they are really trending up in the right direction. All right, it's college football playoff talk. Yep, here we go. The first round of the playoff is this weekend. Our home games. Clemson versus Texas, Tennessee versus Ohio State, SMU versus Penn State, and Indiana versus Notre Dame. These are all going to be enjoyable games to watch. I think the only blowout game we're going to have is probably SMU and Penn State. Yeah, I'm sorry, SMU fans, but you ain't winning that game. I'm sorry, but it's not happening. Not at all. Yep, you can, you probably think, oh, the first half you're in this game or whatever, but, yeah, once it gets to the second half, you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Penn State's clearly a playoff team, and we just got lucky. But, SMU still, I mean, even if we had Alabama versus Penn State, I still think Penn State would have beaten Alabama if you're going with that way right there. But, yeah, here is the schedule for the first round. The majority of the games are on Saturday, but we got one of the games are on Friday. 7 o'clock ABC. Indiana versus Notre Dame. Going to be a big one for sure. Yeah, let me bring it up, that big graphic for you. Yep. Here we go. Number 10 versus 7. Yep. And I don't know why it's saying 10 for Indiana. Let me fix that real quick. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Playoff game, first round, Notre Dame is going to be the home team. Yeah, it's a home game for Notre Dame. And it's the first time since, like, 1996. Don't quote me on this, but it's since, like, the 90s that Notre Dame home game is not on NBC. It's on a different network. It's going to be on ABC. Still going to be on a local broadcast, but, this is going to be a great game. Notre Dame probably is going to win this game. I'm picking Notre Dame to win this game. I think Indiana will put up a fight. They will be close. I really think it'll be closer than Indiana and Ohio State. But I really think Indiana will be close in this game. But give me Notre Dame to win this game. And I'll go over the other 3 games. Saturday on American Game Day. So yeah, you'll see. I mean, you can go back and watch last week's Slater podcast to see who I predict to move on. But yeah, I'll have my my latest predictions Saturday on American Game Day. All right. That is your college football playoff bracket and your bowl preview for the week. Now I gotta transition back to Slater Report podcast. Yep. All right. Yep. I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, I did two shows in once basically. Yeah, I think that's it. I only did a 15-minute show. Yeah, not much to talk about, really. I mean, no big college football games happened. No nothing really big happened over the week. I mean, the NFL, had some big games as well. Actually, nothing really crazy happened in the NFL either with all the big games. It is a big weekend coming up on in the NFL this weekend, and I will probably go deeper on American Game Day on Saturday. So I think that's gonna do it for this week's Slater podcast. I know it's short. Now that football season's over, they're probably going to be a lot shorter until we get to March Madness, closer to the end of college basketball season. But I'm basically transitioning to college basketball mode now, and here and there following these bowl games. All right, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. This